Ever leave a meeting and think the team has this and they don't have it all? They just don't get it right. It's confusing, right? Clearly, they weren't listening to you. But wait, what if you didn't ask the right questions to bring out what the team actually needed?
Welcome back, friends. This is your place for cutting edge tools, exercises, best practices, and modern leadership strategies. Because when the world is changing, it's time to bring our leadership styles along for the ride. Whether you're a company leader, a corporate visionary, an entrepreneur, this show gives you new insights into the neuroscience and the language of leadership, plus practical steps and tips to lead your teams in a powerful way. It'll also help you keep your people happy and engaged, all while achieving your biggest goals. I'm your host, Jen Thornton. I'm a talent strategist, a brain-based executive coach, speaker, and the founder of 304 Coaching. Now let's fix leadership.
Do you have an idea or a topic we should discuss here together on Let's Fix Leadership? Send your ideas and your questions directly to me at hello@letsfixleadership.com. Too often as leaders, we leave a group conversation thinking everyone is on the same page when actually no one is even close to being on the same page. And how does this happen? And why, as leaders, do we say things like, why didn't they just say something if they weren't clear? And too often as leaders, we blame the team without ever asking ourselves, where did I go wrong? How do we prevent this very common problem where leaders think everyone's on the same page, but then when we go to execute, no one is on the same page? Well, better conversations are the heart of fostering culture of peak performance. Conversations that drive business forward and accelerate the team's growth are grounded in truth telling. But in order to create better conversations, you must get to a place where people are willing to tell you the truth. And in order to do that, we have to stop triggering fear. Neuroscience tells us that fear is the number one thing that holds us back from bringing forth questions, curiosity, collaboration, things that I know every single leader will tell you they want. And as a leader, you may be triggering fear without even knowing it. And here is how that happens. When we end our meetings with, any questions? We good? You got this? We close the door to more engagement, more questions, collaboration, alignment, understanding. And to make matters even worse, we're typically running to the next meeting, so we never even think to open up the conversations for clarity and questions anyhow.
Let's take a quick break from the conversation. Does your company need to prepare those upcoming leaders to take the reins? To learn more about our leadership academies and our coaching, and to see if your company is a good fit for our transformation programs, visit 304coaching.com.
So why doesn't our team ask questions when they have them? Because most people are afraid to admit they have questions because we don't want to look incompetent. Our brain just freezes. And often we have to take just a beat to think, hey, do I have a question? And this situation just breaks my leadership development heart. We are all cheerleading for personal excellence, and we know how the brain works. When the brain is afraid to tell the truth or to step forward or needs a second to process information or expectations are mismatched, the result is poor performance and bad results. So, what to do? Change the way you end a conversation. Play to the way the brain wants to work with openness and safety. And change that last question up just by a smidgen. Instead of saying, any questions? Change it to, what is one question you have? Or you could say, what is one thing I can provide more clarity on? Or even, what is one thing that could go wrong if we don't get it out now? This tells the brain you're expecting to provide at least one thing. This removes the fear of asking the question and tells the brain it is expected to ask a question. And I know this might seem small, but it makes a massive difference. And the craziest thing is once someone provides that one thing, often more things come after it. Could it take 10 more minutes to complete a meeting if you do this? Sure. But could it prevent hours of misalignment and waste in productivity? Yeah, it could do that. And that 10 minutes of investment is worth it every time. You're also teaching the next generation of leaders how to get alignment through questions, and that is a good thing. And here's what is also cool about this very small shift. As a leader, you get the value of better conversations. With this mindset, you start to learn what questions your team could possibly have or identify holes in explanations. With the freedom to ask questions throughout the course of a project, the questions they have will offer you insight into how they think and what matters to them. These are the type of psychological situations that grow a top performing team that smashes assumptions about what a group of empowered professionals can do when their brains are happy and fear is just a four-letter word. So go ask that question. What is one more thing I could tell you to help you with this? What is one more item that you think we missed? Maybe what is one more thing you could learn today? Because no one ever fixed leadership by shutting down collaboration and open thinking.
Thanks for listening to Let's Fix Leadership. By hanging out with me today, you're already on your path. If you're looking to learn more and to see if your company is a good fit for our coaching and leadership education, then hey, visit 304coaching.com. If you got value out of this podcast, share it with a friend. And it would mean the world to me if you would leave a thoughtful review and a rating on iTunes. Thanks again for listening, and I appreciate your work in fixing leadership.